Can you keep it? Swear this one you save. Better lock it in your pocket. Taking this one to the grave.
Hello everyone, it's Jeannie checking back in with all of you. And I normally don't like to clip other creators like live streams or their content. I really don't like to do that. So, let me give proper credit and all that. I will leave all the information in the description. I'm not doing this to be disrespectful towards anyone. There's just something in this clip that JodieSue Brown says where she, I listen to her from time to time because I do feel like there is more to this picture that she might hold information, okay? So I do tune in to her from time to time. Whether or not you guys like her or hate her or despise her, and I'm well aware of all the YouTube drama that's happening on the streets right now. I put this little coffee cup under her face, not to be disrespectful. This is a live stream, and you can see people's comments and stuff like that underneath. And I'm just, there's some drama going on with other creators, and I'm just blocking that out because I really don't want to get caught up in all of that. All I want to do is play this one little part that she says that she is aware that Don and Candus lied. Allegedly, okay? I'm not saying that this is fact. I'm not saying what she is saying is fact. I'm replaying it so you guys can hear what she says. I'm pretty damn sure that she says that even before all this took place, even before she even knew Candus or had contact with Candus, she is well aware of a huge lie involved in Summers, with Don and Candus or with Summers' case. There's a huge lie. So I'm just going to play the clip and let you guys hear it, and then I'll come back in.
And I do hold enough evidence proof to show that no matter what, no matter who's responsible, that C&D did absolutely, at least Candus, did tell one of the biggest lies ever told around Summers' case instantly, and before her and I ever, it's fine, ever had contact. It's done. So much for you database girls. But I'm sure feds are well ahead of me, but it would help to have last piece, but I'm sure they've got that too. No you and no database needed. Not even necessarily me, but by God, what I found, what I hold proof of, is enough to help, and then they get to figure out why that was done. Your efforts here, you get pissed off all you like. Team Monsterville.
So yeah, she says that. Like I said, I'm really trying not to get caught up in all the drama of it all, because I know that I'm well aware of all the beef happening with all the channels, but I thought when she said that was pretty interesting. And I have this picture of the ear. Am I hearing this right? Because here's the thing, the things that we listen to, the things that we hear, God gives us 2 ears to listen, 1 mouth to speak, 2 eyes to see, 1 hole for our voice to come out of. But he gives us 2 ears. And our ears are speakers to our soul. And what we've listened to and what we're constantly exposing ourselves to births who we become. It puts a life force into something that you're going to become. What we listen to, what we expose ourselves to. And, JodieSue Brown has left many seeds in my ears through the years. she is the one that has said things like, Andy had a nightmare. Andy's the one that gave, drugs to the kids at 110 Ben Hill Road. She is the one that has said these crazy things about her monster. And, I get that he's her monster. Like I said, I've never come on YouTube and claimed to be this perfect, that I have this perfect marriage. I understand where JodieSue Brown is coming from. My relationship is dysfunctional. Okay. We've been back and forth for years. I think, I've explained to you guys, my husband, our whole situation, but, and maybe my husband has been my monster at one point, but here's the thing. He's not going to be everyone else's monster. Just because I might look at him as a monster, or just because JodieSue Brown looks at Andy B as a monster, or all the people in her life that have been monsters to her. Not all of us are going to view them as monsters. Now, I'm not making an excuse for Andy Bernard for the way that he treated his family, because he has bluntly admitted that he wasn't a good guy to his family. He did make mistakes, okay? I'm not, and I could care less, all right? I'm just saying, as far as their relationship, he might have been a monster with JodieSue Brown, and with unfortunately, he was a monster, okay? But he might not be a monster at his job. He might not be a monster with his boss. He might not be a monster with his friends, okay? He's her monster, though. And, it is difficult when she sees other people. I'm sure this is a very public breakup. All of their dysfunction and all of their chaos and the layers of abuse have trickled over into Summer Wells's case, and it's a shame, right? I question, are all of us looking at Andy the way that we are is because JodieSue Brown is the one that put this in, dropped the seeds in our ear, and it's given birth to this whole thing that he's the killer, right? He's the one that did, allegedly, he's the one that did something to Summer. So I can understand where people get all this mixed up. But we just have to be very careful of what we listen to, and listen to all sides of everything. There's always two sides to every story. I'm not making excuses for JodieSue Brown. I'm not throwing shade at her. I like I said, I feel very sad that this breakup of hers went public. I couldn't even imagine my marriage going public like this with a breakup, and their relationship, all of their private information is out circulating on the internet because of Summer Wells, and it's interlocked and it's linked forever, and it's a shame. I wish there was a way that we could separate it, but I don't think that there is, because the seed has already been placed in our ears, and it's already been birthed, right? That's why God made our ears look like fetuses. It is the birthplace. There's tons of nerve endings and nerves in your ear, that massage therapy and Reiki and things like that. They work the ear. Even they can do acupuncture in your ear, and it affects your whole body, your soul. So, whether it be politics or whether it be JodieSue Brown, we should always listen to two sides of everything. Because if you're even with politics, if you're just going to expose yourself to one side, you're birthing just that one belief. And there could be something else that we're missing out on. So that's why I included that. Am I hearing this right? Is this another seed that, is being planted in my ear? And is it the right seed? That's the thing. But I listen to her because I do think that she has information. I do believe that she's holding information. Do I think she's going to solve the case? No, because if she was going to solve the case, she would have done it already. Right? So, or law enforcement would have already dragged her out of there in handcuffs, or Andy B would have been taken out in handcuffs, or Fred Hill would have been taken out in handcuffs. There's something that we're missing. and you guys know I do astrology. I mean, this isn't a video about astrology, but you guys know I do astrology. And there is some type of an illusion and a delusion with Summer Wells' disappearance because there's all that Neptune energy. We have Neptune and Uranus. Uranus is a shocking event that comes on suddenly. And it shows up in a few very tough spots on Summer's chart. It affects her health at one point, right? So it's something shocking, something quick. And I feel like there's some type of decision that was made, whether to keep her or I don't know. I just, there is a layer of an illusion and a delusion with Summer getting off that hill somehow. And that's where the astrology gets really fuzzy for me because one, I'm still a student. I'm still learning, but there is some type of fog. There's like a fog machine surrounding Summer, how she got off that hill. And there are people in the first house that I'm very curious of. And I'm sorry, the people that are in the first house, it's not Andy B., it's not JodieSue Brown, and it's not Fred Hill. There's other people in there that look more suspicious to me. And Candus is in there. And Don Wells' asteroid is up by the moon. That doesn't look good either. So Candus and Don have always been my prime suspects. They're my prime suspects. But did someone help them? Did someone see something? Because the people that are in the first house, I mean, they could have seen something. And, something happens quickly and shockingly and suddenly. And she gets off that hill somehow. So it's a bit fuzzy to me. And it's, I have a few scenarios of what happens. But I do see Don and Candus being there. As far as their asteroids are concerned, they're there. So it's just, I don't know. I do think that JodieSue Brown knows something, okay? And it just sucks that this whole thing has just gotten out of control. And I really wish that the neighbors, even, Dobbs, Fred Hill, Andy Bernard, JodieSue Brown, if they could just put their differences aside for just 1 minute and just call Nancy Grace and take a lie detector test with Nancy Grace, I'm sure she would eat that up. I'm sure she would be on board. I mean, I can't speak for her, I'm assuming. But, to clear some of the suspects in Summer Wells' case, I bet you she'd pay for it. I bet you she'd do it. If I had the money, I would pay for it. And at least with her, you can expect that it's somebody professional, that she would know somebody that works in, doing lie detector tests professionally. And it's just more of a trusting thing than trusting any other YouTuber. I trust Nancy Grace, but I mean, I know she's a YouTuber too, but I'm just saying, I just really wish that law enforcement could clear them or clear some of the neighbors to stop all the speculation. Okay, that's just my own opinion. And again, I'm not doing this to be mean or throw shade towards any creator on YouTube. I just wanted to share this clip that JodieSue knows that there's a lie connected with Don and Candus. A big one. And I really hope that she would tell law enforcement. Because I think it's significant. I think it's important. Okay, blessings to you all. Bless be. Bye-bye.
Taking this one to the grave. If I show you that I know you won't tell what I said, 'cause two can keep a secret if one of them is dead.